So this last week in Kunsthal, Rotterdam was mainly about harvesting the findings of the previous residencies so far in the process and seeing how those findings dialogue with one another. As we were doing this retracing of the research so far, we kind of realized that the treasure hunt, which we have used as a kind of common imaginary of a form, also applies to the overall process. Our journey from residency to residency also somehow resembles that treasure hunt on a larger scale. In the exhibition in Kunsthal where we were working, the exhibition is designed as a kind of maze, and this architectural design of the space inspired us to explore spatial relations, perspective and orientation, navigation. It led us to the principle of backtracking. Backtracking is something that you, for instance, can find indeed in the legend of the maze and Ariadne's thread, which she gives to Theseus in order for him to reroute and find his way back out of the labyrinth. But is also a principle that is used in logics in order to navigate your way towards the solution of a problem, an algorithmic process that exhausts all the possible routes and detours and little streets in order to arrive at the right solution, let's say. And this idea of backtracking we used as an evaluative method for our process, our research process so far, but also as a physical exercise in spatial orientation. This also brought us to two very basic things, to get back to two very basic things. Perspective and framing, which are connected, of course. Perspective as something that implies movement, that contains movement. Movement is embedded in perspective because of direction, because of intention, and because of distance, proximity, which then obviously is space. Throughout each of the residencies we've been working on a variety of different things, and now retracing our itinerary back to where we started is the way to kind of lead ourselves out of the maze, or navigate back out of the maze, or retrace our way. Where did we start from, let's say. The way that the exhibition has been designed in that space doesn't imply doesn't suggest a certain order of events. So this encouraged us to understand, to look at the things we've done so far from many different angles, and that made us also pull that parallel to the treasure hunt as also being, a metaphor for the process that I'm going through.